Hello everyone and welcome to the GCSports YouTube channel. My name is Tira, bringing you tonight's action from Watkins, Glen International, the 11-turn road course for the Cringe Xfinity series. And it will be a wild race if the Giggity side was anything to go by previously. On pole this evening, Cap Jack in the 44 machine starts alongside Just Ken, who will have the inside off the start. So, well, very interesting to see how that will go. Meanwhile, row 2, you have Sludge in the 9 car after an impressive run last week from him, followed by Rockstar in the 54, who's always been in that top 5 throughout the majority of the season. Starting P, number 5, Jake Giroux makes his second start of the season, driving the 10 car this time around. He made his first start earlier this season at Darlington. 6th place, Mo Power Energy, back down in Xfinity after a dabble up in the Cup Series. He'll start
You can join.
6. We're going to blue screens for a second. As we get ready to join right here. Meanwhile, we'll go through. Can you continue going through the starting order? In P7, Warpig, the captain, also dropping down for the evening. And Justin Shackett, another captain, dropping down, starts P8. And rounding out the top 10, you have Mo Power Nuka, the Cup Custom driver. And he's alongside Nick Champ, who will be one of a few in-race supporters alongside Justin Shackett, who you heard get us in here, and I believe K2 is also going to have his voice shared for this. But anyways,
there you go, boys.
It's going to be green flag, and away we go. Underway at Watkins Glen. Just Ken gets to jump on the inside and has the nose out, and turn 1. Rockstar taking that way inside line, and looks like he's going to lose a spot to Energy, perhaps. Meanwhile, up front, Cap Jack, they're going to be side by side through the S's. 0 cars in the grass. He'll hold on to it for P2, but Cap Jack will maintain the lead. Sludge able to file in 3rd. Rockstar got back to 4th in front of Energy, who's now P5. Jake Giroux sits 6th and leading the second group of cars as they head through the bus stop for the first time today. And a hard run through there for Cap Jack, but he gains a bit of ground on Just Ken in doing so. And that's a huge key to the laps around this place, is right there at the bus stop. How hard can you get through there without cutting the track, of course? Granted, this game will give you leniency, but I don't think the boss man will, so we'll have to keep an eye on as the race goes on. 9 laps in for each of these stages, and it looks like Just Ken's going to lead the first one of stage 1 right here. Meanwhile, we look back to 2nd now as Just Ken's under duress from the 9.
I have to back out.
All right. Well, that is an unfortunate DNF, just less than a lap in for Justin Shackett. Meanwhile, back towards the front of the field, P2. Just Ken defended for now. Slush tried to get a run, but couldn't manage it. Energy's back in the 6th place after Giroux catches up to him and passes him once again. And he might be under fire for 7th now, perhaps. Well, Nuka's a bit off, but not completely. Jake Giroux riding in the 5th position now. Holds a tight order through the bus up, not the bus stop, the carousel. Usually see a lot of guys go a bit further out there, but to each their own. Everyone has their own way of running the road course. As you see, even in turn 6, a lot of people will either stay tucked underneath the curve to avoid perhaps to avoid it slinging you out, or you do what Justin Ken did there and go wide, try to carry the momentum into turn 7. But you'll see a lot of guys carrying the momentum out of this corner, like Sludge does there in 3rd place.
Well, that was a short-lived race.
Riding up next to the wall, and he just gets you a huge run down through the S's. when you do that, but also hard to control when you're going over the curb. So a lot of different ways you can run the line here at Watkins Glen. That's why I love this place so much. Meanwhile, looking back out front, Cap Jack is getting caught by the Zero at the moment, and right when we said the Zero car flings itself nearly off into the flat bit at the carousel, but keeps it on the racing surface, and he'll maintain P2. We'll now look back further through the field as Nick Champ, one of your in-race reporters, mixing it up in the back of the pack. Might have lost a couple spots off the start.
Yeah, on the start I messed up in turn 1 and got a little spin. Oh, jeez, Denkate.
And that is a tap and a half right on the left rear right there, and Nick Champ has to hold on to it for dear life right there.
Stupid ass pedals.
Meanwhile, Harvick Pollock.
T-Bird, I'm joining you in the booth now.
All right, glad to have you here. I could use the second pair of eyes.
That was a short race. I think I needed one lap.
Yeah, just Ken firing it into the bus stop this time.
Oh shit. Good.
And that Zero car has slowly made ground on the 44, but they haven't gotten like bumper to bumper yet since the start of this race when Cap Jack cleared Just Ken into the S's and then pulled away in the first bus stop. But yeah, they still 1-2, and they're very much the fastest two cars. Although Sludge and Rockstar are holding pace quite nicely back there, third and fourth. Energy looking back now at the bumper of the 10. Jake Giroux for 5th place once again. That could be a battle we see all night long between those two. As there's Energy right there. He's trying to get the extra speed down to the S's by running wide. Falls behind the 10 right now. Maybe try to make a move down at the bus stop. It would be risky if he does. Oh, he gets a bit loose, or he just tries to turn it up a bit more. They're going to be bumper to bumper into the bus stop this time. And Energy still rocking the bumper. Gives him a nice tap in the middle of this section. But they stay where they're at for now, and Energy will have to reload, enter in turn 6. Another hard braking zone, to be fair to the driver of 13. Could he try to make a move right here? He'll brake later, but it's covered off before he has a chance to dive to the inside. And Jake's gonna run it a bit towards the wall now, out 7. And once again, another hard braking zone in turn 1 right here. As a bit of bump and run action. 13 gets to the inside of 10. Although the 10's not going to use that extra runoff, get the extra speed, entering the S's, and clear the 13. As offense versus defense right here for 5th position. Meanwhile, we'll have to take a note of that and come back up to 2nd place as Sludge now back on the tails of the Zero. And he's running wider out the carousel. See if that gives him any extra momentum. He won't be able to get to him here at turn 6. But if he has a clean turn 6 and 7, he has a chance to catch him down at turn 1 maybe. And he has more than a clean turn 7. He's going to be right there. Try to maybe get to draft a little bit. Try to play last of the late breakers perhaps for Sludge. As no, he'll just tuck in right here. Meanwhile, Energy's going definitely hard in. He's going to ride up on the curb. Jake Drew's just going to play it smoothly, let him slide up, and he take the crossover move. Smart move from the driver to 10 to maintain 5th place and actually get a bit of a distance there. But you can tell Energy definitely wants that spot from the 10 machine. Sludge, Sludge has the better bus stop this time. Oh, he's going to look underneath at the carousel. Ken's going to hold the outside and have the momentum now at the corner as he gets clear of Sludge once again. Not a bad decision there, trying to go for it, get the inside and maybe try to move the zero up the track a little bit, but just can't finish off that move. And they'll hold 1, 2, 3 the same order. Jack's led every lap of this race so far. As when
2 to go.
It's going to be 2 to go right here in stage number 1. So they've ran 7 laps. And energy is now gone by Jake Jerome as we were on board, as we were following the battle between the 0 and the 9. So energy in the 5th place. Now we'll take a look back at Just Ken and Sludge out of the S's and now back down towards the bus stop. We saw Sludge be faster through here last time. What happens this time is looks like they hold even this time. Oh, but Ken, that's a bit wide for my liking out the carousel there. Is Sludge going to have momentum? He looks like he will, but just doesn't have space to get to the 0. And now, oh, Ken is riding on that grass.
White flag at stage 1.
So, white flag for stage number 1, Capjack leading. Sludge. This looks like it's going to extend the track, try to go for a run. Will they be side by side? No. He'll just have to follow in. Tries to get underneath the 0 in the S's. I don't know if that's the place I'll do it, but to each their own. Sludge still right there. Sludge now looking the outside of 0 on his left side. Maybe try to go for the smoother line through the bus stop, but Just Ken gets a tiny bit of a gap before he's able to cleanly make his way through the entry to carousel. I think that might do it for P2 because Sludge will not have momentum out of here this time. And yeah, he's losing a bunch of ground. So we'll come back up to the front of the field, and for stage number 1, your winner, Capjack, leads all 9 laps and takes the green and white checkered. Ken gets second. Sludge has an issue and it will finish 4th behind Rockstar. What has happened to the 9 car? Energy will be at 5th, Giroux 6th. Looks like Nuka will be 7th. Nascar 2 will be 8th. And it looks like the battle for 9th and 10th right here between Harvick and Warpig, who started at the back of the field. And it looks like Harvick will get that. Warpig will be 10th, unless I am missing someone.
What are you trying to look at? 10th is Warpig, yes.
All right. So that is your stage 1 finish in order. Justin, I believe you're in here now.
Yep.
What were your thoughts on that first stage there, besides you having a quick DNF there?
I wasn't really watching because I was trying to get the dogs to calm down, so I'm hoping to watch the second one.
Fair enough.
Roommates came home, stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah, stage 2. This is where I want to see the strategy start to be played here. And actually, we'll get a bit of strategy stage 1 right here as the 08 either just doesn't pit or plays a little bit of the tire game, maybe. But we're going to green. Just Capjack's going to clear the 08. Just Ken's going to get to the inside for second. Energy now is going to make his way to third. While everyone else stuck behind the 08 who did not pit on that last.
The one issue right here is the 08 is going to get taken from both sides.
Same amount of laps in stage 1, but.
Yep. As this time we see Capjack. Ken's going to stay right there with the 44 this time through the bus stop. Well, Energy slipped up a bit, and Sludge getting his elbows out and getting by the 08 through the carousel, and looks like Rockstar's going to follow suit, as will follow everyone. Nuke is around Jake Giroux for position, although now the 10 is going to fight back here. But he's going to have to do it around the outside. Oh, bit of contact, 21. Now the 5's diving to the inside. 3 wide out, turn 7. Giroux side draft into 21. Here's going to be last of the late breakers. Oh, it's going to be the 5 and the 10's off track. And 5 cars around. And oh, just a bit too hard on the brakes there for the 5 car, as that
the problem with the 08 right now is he's just going to be, I know he's trying to do the best that he can to recover, but he's just going to be a roadblock because he's going to have to brake a lot sooner than most of these guys going into the turns.
Right, as you would have to imagine.
More time on the braking than they are anything.
Yeah, you would have to imagine these are going to be the fastest the cars are going to be all race with less fuel and fresh tires than any other point in the race. Except for maybe the very...
carousel in the back. Between the 11, the 10, and the 78.
Yeah, and that's Frankie Racing, a.k.a. Deadman, making his debut for GC tonight. And Denkate's getting his elbows out.
Whoa! I did not mean to do that to him. I did not mean to do that to Denkate.
It is Send It City back here in half of the pack.
I'm going to text him and say I apologize. That thing, I dove way too deep.
18 dives deep, gets the 15 caught up in shenanigans.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the 15 and the 10 were also caught up stuff. I don't know if that was because of that or whatnot.
Oh, Captain Jack's in the grass.
Oh!
He lost the lead.
Woo, sorry, 5. Sorry. No.
Oh, he got it back.
Yeah, Cap Jack's in the lead. He's just 10 second.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Captain Jack had gotten the grass, but he got it back going through the bus stop.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So that's the situation up front right now. Meanwhile, Energy has 3rd, but Sludge and Rockstar right there on him for that position. And Sludge is going to be right on the bumper. Try to go around the outside. Can't get the stick, goes right up against the wall, and now Rockstar is going to have a chance to get at the 9 car.
Oh, Frankie.
It's got to be 9 just closes the door on the 54, does a nice job defending right there. And will stay clear at 54, now entering the S's. Jake Giroux trying to make his way back through the field, just gets around the 78 that time. Meanwhile, back up front, Cap Jack, Just Ken. They've been 1-2 for majority of the race, if not the entire race so far. Oh, this time, Ken is wide at the exit of the carousel. And has shenanigans going on there. Just keeping an eye on all the battles going on about the front of the pack. As you can see right there, not right at the back mirror of Just Ken, 2.5 seconds back is that battle for 3rd between all 3 of those guys as we actually look back there now. And you can see, Energy gets a bit loose. Sludge is going to have a run through the S's. Has to let off. Now Rockstar's going to be back in the fight as well once again. Granted, very, very sportsmanlike that time for 9. Easily could have gone for the send on the 13. But probably would have caused issues for both of them. So that's how that's settled for now.
I have to go to a pee break. I'll be right back.
I guess that counts as TMI, but I won't say that. Meanwhile, Energy's still defending that 3rd spot. He's holding off a defensive line through the straightaway here. Oh, Rockstar's going to go on the 9. He tells Sludge to move it. It's my turn to battle. Although now it looks like Sludge is able to get back out front, and now Rockstar's going for the crossover. No, he's not. I have no idea what's going on between these two. We sift back further through the field. Nuka is sitting there right outside the top 5. And it looks like it's...
Oh.
So I want to say... Jake DeRose back in the 7th. Warpig's 8th. K2 is 9th after not stopping at the last caution break, and Harvick Pollock's 10th. So that's that figured out. Sludge and Rockstar going at it once again this time. Into 6 and 7. As Sports Club 54 will just tuck him behind for now. And still Capjack leads. So how about a little bit of action going on further in the pack? The 11's trying to hold off the 18. The 5's there back in the picture as he goes way wide at turn 1. The 7 to Bayhawk, first time we've mentioned him all night. He's in that mix, and then Denkate's at the tail end of it. 5 cars under a blanket right here. Duking it out.
Oh my, come on, move, dude.
As there's Nick Champ on the bumper of the 11 right now. Oh,
jeez almighty, dude.
NASCAR Day2 is going send it mode.
Yeah, he's trying to probably mad at me for doing something stupid.
Now Denkate's going 2 to go in the stage. Denkate's going for a run around the outside, gets by the 7. Now looking at the 5. Can he pull the double overtake? No, he cannot. Oh wait, maybe. He's going to have to hold it around the outside here at 7. Oh! And shenanigans have gone on. K2 in the pits, and then Nick Champ slides in off the exit of the final corner.
God. Son of a gun. I slid the tires. I got loose. God dang. You're kidding me, right?
Bayhawk now around the 5 as well. Meanwhile, Justin is taking the lead, coming to the white flag on the stage. And now Capjack's going to look back down the inside of turn 7. They're going to be side by side heading to the white flag for stage number 2. Capjack on the inside. Ken's going to have the space to work with in turn 1. Who wins out? Looks like Ken's going to follow. Going to follow the leader there. You're going to follow him for the rest of this lap, I'd think. That was your chance to get out in front if you're at a 0 car. Energy 3rd, Sludge and Rockstar 4th and 5th, out in the distance.
Sometimes these races are boring because people just get out front and they stay there.
Oh, there goes Ken going way off the track that time. And that's going to be all she wrote for stage number 2. Capjack's going to be able to hold on. And ironic you say that as you came back moments after Ken had made a move for the lead and Capjack had to get it back from the 0 car. So as they go through the final corners this time, it'll be Capjack once again sweeping the stages. Gets stage 2, just Ken will get 2nd. Energy will get 3rd, Sludge 4th, Rockstar 5th.
Oh, sorry, K2.
Looks like Nuke is going to be 6th, Giroux is going to be 7th.
I am such an asshole. Or an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I can do that to him. God. Oh, whatever.
And I think Warpig's going. I think it's going to be Warpig and Harvick Pollock going to be round out the top 10 if I see that.
Harvick and Frankie.
All right. So Harvick 9th, Frankie 10th. Thank you. So
Good for them.
I'm sorry, OA. I didn't mean to do that to you, bud.
So.
Okay, I promise I'll be here for stage 3.
Stage 3 is a long one, 19 laps till the end of the race here. As it's Capjack and Just Ken on the front row. Energy Sludge row 2, Rockstar Nuka row 3. Ken's gonna have to jump on the inside once again, just like we saw at the start of the race. Can he get clear this time? It's gonna be side by side. A bit of contact. 44 has his left in the grass. Just Ken takes the lead of the race. Sludge is gonna be right there in third this time. And Energy has 4th place for the moment, but Rockstar and Nuka are there. Just Ken gets a bit of distance through the bus stop and then runs a bit wide through the carousel that time. He's been doing a decent amount this race. I haven't seen him every lap, but it just seems to be a line he likes to run through the carousel. And it's kept him up in the top 2 the entire race so far, so not going to judge it.
I'm really curious to see what the number 9's going to do this one.
Yeah, Sludge has seemingly had the speed to keep up with his front 2, especially in stage 1, but just couldn't work his way around traffic. So I don't know if that becomes an issue here or whatnot. Now, as we just look back further in the pack, Warpig has made up a bunch of spots at the start of the run here. Now up into P8. Rockstar's around Energy for 4th place. And can now set his sights back down on the leaders. There's Zero back in 7th place.
I'm really curious to see if the 44 is going to be saving or what his strategy is this run, because he's kind of just relaxing right there in P2.
Well, I mean, right now you don't really have to push it. It's going to come down to later in this run and how you can do on pit road and when you pit and what you do when you pit.
Not again.
Because here's what I'm curious about is the strategy on pit road. If you could save enough tire, which is harder done than said. Especially on these sliders, you could take none and make it to the end of the race, but these tires burn a lot on these Xfinity cars, and only 2 people managed to do it in a custom race earlier today. But the thing is, the 2 that did it were 1-2 in the finishing order, so if someone's able to do that, they're going to have a huge advantage in this race compared to their peers. And that's perhaps what the 44 is trying to do right here. Maybe sitting behind the 0, letting him and maybe even 9 run their stuff out, and so he could take none.
Right.
Or maybe he's just not comfortable following cars throughout this place. I mean, he's been up front all day. We haven't seen him follow a car for longer than like a couple corners, I'd say. So maybe he's just having a hard time figuring out that line and how to adjust it as well. Could be plenty of different things. Now, as I said, he has a bit of space to just Ken, so theoretically, for at least a lap or two, he should be able to run his normal line and not get back up to the zero car. And if he did, he might have a chance to pass him. So, once again, why I love road courses, things can change very quickly based on strategy and how people run lines and stuff. Jake Giroux has gone around Nuka, who's now falling back behind Warpig as well, and is in the clutch. Was in the clutches of the 5 of NASCAR E2. Perhaps something went wrong there for the 21 machine, as we have another DNF of Nick Champ, and join in first shot, and Justin as the third DNF of the evening. Meanwhile, Cap Jack right on cue. He's going to be right back up to the bumper to zero this time. Does he try to go for it in the carousel right here?
Yeah, he got a really good run through the bus stop right there.
Yeah, that's been Cap Jack's strong suit, I've seen, and that does bring some legitimacy to the point of just having issues following. Because if you're faster at that bus stop, it's hard to follow someone through there. I've had that issue plenty of times here. But now, enough of that. He's going to be side by side out of turn 7. What a move that was, going underneath of just Ken off the exit.
Now, what is the 9 going to do? That's the question.
Right, he's going to go, hey, I want that second spot. Get out my way, just Ken. That's what he wants. Looks like Ken's going to be able to hold it for now. So, try to capitalize on a side-by-side action there. Cody got the stick. Capjack's back in the lead. Just Ken second. Sludge third. And I imagine that's what Rockstar in fourth. Loves to see all three of these guys battling up here.
Goodbye.
And in the grass goes Just Ken.
Way wide.
Yeah, that's a bit questionable. Run through the grass to keep the spot, but once again, I'm going to be a non-biased commentator. Not going to comment on anything.
Their zero car is getting really wide coming out of the turns too.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. He really loves extending his track. Turn 1, he's been extending it a little bit, but it's mainly the carousel he will really extend it, and turn 6 he'll really extend it. Both those corners, he just goes really wide off the exit, try to maintain momentum. Although here he tries to just play protect at the inside out of turn 1 and ends up in the grass a bit. Does this open up the spot for the 9 and maybe make a move out to the exit of the S's into the bus stop?
I think so. If you're he's going to block though. That's not probably the smartest thing here. I would have just stayed in line and let him go.
Well, he
the
keeps...
zero is really either really too loose or too tight, because out of the turns he's getting way off track.
Well, I think that's just how some people... Here's the thing, some people just drive it like really hard in. You're going to be... If you're driving it hard in, you're going to be wide off the exit. So...
And the other thing, too, is they got to watch out for is that it's allowing the 54 of Rockstar to close in on these guys, too.
Oh,
Zero got the wall.
Zero car smacks the wall. Sludge is able to grab second. And Justin might even fall clutches back to the 54, although he looks like he's controlled it for now. So Sludge lets the Zero do the dirty work for him for P2, and now he can focus on getting back to that 44. He's pulled away by about a second and a half to 2 seconds. Oh,
and he's in the grass again.
And no.
That is not helping his tire situation at all.
Not helping, but Rockstar's had his own issues now with energy right on his bumper. And that 13 car is going to be looking down at the inside. through the bus stop, I has to back out. Smart move from the 13 there. You don't want to force too wide if you don't have to. And oh, he's off! He's off to the flat bit of the carousel. We'll lose out to Jake Giroux, but we'll get back going relatively quickly. Just loses it off the exit of the bus stop and spins himself out. Arguably took a lucky bounce off the white padding there, but that tough break there was looking at potentially P4, and now has to drop back behind for P6. And that's just heading down pit road. He's seeing his car get away from him and decides now's the time to go make a change.
Yeah, I had a feeling that he was going to be coming down soon because his car, I don't know if he got tight in the run or what was happening, but that car did not look like it was connected to the track at all. But the other thing to watch out for now is that going to draw other people in? And it looks like he's taking 4 because he's still on pit road and he's leaving now.
Yeah, that's likely what happened. I mean, like I said, it's ridiculously hard to make these tires last till the end of the race. 19 laps on these Xfinity cars. Cup cars, I could argue it, because Cup cars wear the tires way less. The Xfinity cars, they'll burn through this stuff like it's a candle.
Right, and it really all depends on how hard you're running it too.
Right, I would suggest that the 5 cars also gone down pit road, as he's now in front of the leader. And more cars down, Rockstar, Jake Giroux. And it looks like Warpig's also been down.
So if you're the leader, when do you wait to go in?
I've always had the same philosophy when it came to these road course races. Wait as long as possible, have as least amount of fuel throughout the entire run. That's always been my philosophy with these road course races. Other people say different, but that's what I always do. Personally. Granted, I'm not Cap Jack. He might be thinking something different. He might pull it down this time. We'll see. Does he stay? Nope, he's going to go another lap. Actually, it would be a wise ask. Or K2, how many laps do you have left? Well, we'll check back with you in a moment here as you come off, so just tell us what lap you're on. All right, so that's 9 to, so we're at 9 coming to 8 to go for the leaders.
Do you think he's going to pit at all?
He'll have to. You would have to say 4 laps. There's no way you're running the pace he's at if you're going to make 4 extra laps.
Does he go in and just take a blip of fuel? Or...
Yeah. I thought maybe if he tried... Maybe if he's just kept it easy behind the 0 for longer, but at this point I think it's clear that he's probably just going for 4.
Is he coming down pit road this time? He
yep,
is coming down pit road this time.
Yep, and Slush is going to follow him.
And see what they do. And I'll go on board with Just Ken. He's coming down into the bus stop now.
Yeah.
Trying to make... He's probably just knowing that Ken just pitted, trying to make up as much time as possible. Just let me know when Ken or Captain Jack comes off pit road.
Yep. There goes K2 getting his lap back on the leaders. Warpig and Nascar 82, the latest DNS from this race, a race of attrition to say the least.
So Just Ken's coming out of the front stretch now.
Nuka is actually into turn 1. He might be the car that has done it, or he's just not pit yet. I think...
Warpig, I think is... Or not Warpig. So Just Ken did not make up that much time on them coming that early.
Nah, in fact,
If
I don't.
anything, he lost time.
Yeah. First of all, we'll actually get back up to Capjack as.
So who is the leader right now?
K2, is it Capjack still in the lead or is Nuka out front? Is it the 21 or the 44?
Just look on your track map.
Yeah, just on the track map. What's the 21?
So
is
the
the lead.
21 is out front.
Now I wonder,
Did he save that whole run? Or how far back is Captain Jack? Captain Jack is coming through the S's right now onto the backstretch, and I think he's closing big time on him.
Yeah, either Nuka's sitting in fourth gear trying to save, or he took nunnies on old tires
But
that
then
are
again,
struggling.
He could still probably maybe finish top 5 because the field is so spread out now. So he could just be thinking of getting himself a good enough finish for the night.
Yeah, like right now, I mean, Capjack's going to go to the inside and take the lead of the race. That's set in stone. But I mean, even like top 3 are a bit of ways back, and the 11's getting a bit loose. I don't know what's going on with him per se, whether that's a lap car or more strategy. All right, thank you. So confirmation that the 44 is now in the lead.
How many laps to go?
So these guys are on lap 38 of 43, so 6 coming to 5 to go. As Sludge will get by for second around Nuka. And yeah, I think you are right about him saving Justin. I think he went and saved and is just looking for as much spots as possible here.
I mean, he was riding towards the back.
Oh, Just Ken has had an issue. The 11 is
no.
also slowed down.
The 11 is really slow. Oh, Just Ken got into the 11. Did the 11 do something to Just Ken?
I don't know. Jake Giroux's gone.
Gave up a spot to Jake.
What has happened there?
Did the 11 get in the way of the 0 is the question.
I don't think so, because the 11 was behind the 54.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Back last I saw about a lap
0,
ago.
The 0 lost 3 spots with that, but gaining back 1 now.
Yeah, there he goes around Jake Giroux. Energy's also looking at these two like, what are these guys doing up here? Rockstar's moved his way in the top 3 position, which, if you ask him, probably would not have expected this from a road course race. And, well, actually, no, he's 4th right now. He's about to get top 3, passing Nuka, who's still saving. Actually, we'll keep on with the 54 just to get a little bit of passing action because we've been lacking that, to say the least, in the run. There you go. Hope everyone's happy. So Capjack still leads and now has a decent gateway. Oh, in contact with 08. And oh wait. So, Capjack, if you're listening, the 08 does apologize for the early breaks there. But he looks like he's out there fine still, still in the lead. In the closing laps of this race. And honestly, at this point, Sludge is going to be the one having to push as much as he can, trying to catch the 44.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that Nine's honestly going to get up there is if the 44 really makes a big mistake. And I mean, if you're the 44 right now, you don't really need to push it. Because the 9, just got around the lap car, so now he's got to work his way, get back into the rhythm. But with only 4 or 3 laps to go, there's not really going to be much time for him to close the gap on him.
What's the laps to go here for you, K2? So you hit 4 to go. Wait.
It's 2 laps to go.
Oh, what has happened? 10K and the 11 again having issues. What? It looks like the 11's found more trouble. That's what I'm gonna. That's gonna. We're just looking. Leaders come out turn 1. No, there's 2 cars that wrecked. So Cap Jack's now coming to 2 to go, I believe. I'm sure you do. I mean, it doesn't look freebies, you know? Well, you're right about that. As Capjack maintains his lead, and this is a huge day for points for him as he has to catch up to Ken in the regular season championship after missing last week at Dover. So, good recovery from him. So, yeah, look now. Yep. Now, I believe this is Capjack coming up on the final lap here from Watkins Glen. 1 to go. We're going to put a question mark on that. I don't exactly know, but I believe it's 1 to go if my count's correct. And he's way out there at this point. He can just he could turn the car into a parade float and still have the lead at this point. Just got to ease it through the last couple of corners here and set sail with the victory. As now through the final 2 corners, smooth through 6, stays below the curb to avoid issues there, goes through 7, keeps it clean out the final corner, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will be Capjack 30 with another win this season for Xfinity. And yep, that's the race. So it'll be Sludge taking 2nd. Rockstar is able to escape away with 3rd. Just Ken recovers the 4th place. Jake Giroux will get 5th. Energy 6th, and Nuka and all his fuel saving bouts. It looks like he's nearly ran out, but I think he still gets 7th in for his troubles.
Sorry, I had to run away for a minute because the dog tried to commit suicide by jumping off the chair.
Yeah, well, that's one way. That's one way to announce what happened. Well, to fill you in, just Capjack has just won the race.
Yep.
So we'll hopefully have full finish in order in a moment. I don't feel like trying to figure out that that crossword puzzle of a
I'm going to
finishing
do
order.
interviews with you while I qualify for my next race, okay?
Sounds good. Talladega is next week here on GC Sports YouTube. Here on the GC Sports YouTube channel, and that with this group and the aggressive drivers we have here, that will be a fun race. Well, we have Sutton here already. I haven't even started thinking about interviews yet, but
I was going to ask you, are you doing interviews or no?
yeah, we're doing top 3. And K2, can you do me a favor? Make sure Rockstar and Capjack are in here. If not, let me know. See if either me or Sludge can add them in here. Fastest lap of the race goes to Capjack for a 1:08.4. Good enough for 5th fastest in the custom race, by the way.
All in all, that was a good race. Towards the end, I mean, the lap cars got a little bit squirrely, but I mean, you're going to see that in any race. I mean, it just, at least they stayed out of the way for the most part.
Right.
I mean, your lap car, and you're trying to run your race, and with road courses, there's really only one line to run, so it's kind of hard because you want to stay in your lane, but at the same time, you got to make sure and be aware of the people around you. But all in all, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Justin, do you know if Rockstar and Capjack are in here or not?
They are not.
They're not. I don't even have them as a friend, so I don't even...
I know I have Rockstar and I probably have Capjack, so if you don't mind the blue screen, folks, I will be getting the other 2 in here and then we'll start interviews. That's not how it works. Maybe I... Alright, those are those 2 added, and then... So that should be settled. There's Rockstar now. So Rockstar, you finished 3rd. We'll start with you.
Alright.
So I mean, you made it clear to a lot of people that you did not have the highest of expectations entering the road course race, but you got a top 3 out of it. I mean, I'm sure you're happy about it, to say the least.
Yeah, I actually love road courses. I was kind of downplaying the 7th place finish I was going to get. But,
Don't lie. Don't lie.
After the first stage, I definitely knew I was a 4th place car. I just knew I just had to, be consistent, not make mistakes, and let the other drivers make a mistake. And luckily Ken did, so I was able to squeak out a 3rd place.
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, I say that road course racing is 20% about speed, 80% about keeping it on the track. And you did the 80% right.
Yeah, I mean, 80% of it's consistency. It's just hitting the same line every corner, every lap, not making a mistake, hitting your braking points and your turning points and all that stuff.
Yeah, usually through the chicane, I just haul ass, kind of cut it a little bit. But right before the race, I was told you have to at least keep 2 tires on.
Right.
So that was kind of hard to get used to, but luckily I was able to do it. Yeah,
but it's nice though because it challenges guys.
It does.
Because it's like a lot of people are good at running the shortcut through the bus stop,
Yep.
but it comes down to it, can you stay on the track like you're meant to be? So
Right. I mean, I liked it. I mean, it stopped you from getting run over as well, because other people had to slow down too.
right.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're happy about that third place there. And
Yeah. Couldn't be happier.
now this is going to be a question I asked all three of y'all, but we'll start with your answer first, Rockstar. Are you excited for Talladega next week?
No. No.
No, because I'm gonna wreck him.
I hate super speedways. It just takes one idiot making a mistake and just ruins your race. I hate it.
Well, to each your own, I suppose. And with that, we'll now move on to second place. Justin, you want to take care of Sludge here, perhaps?
Oh man, I guess I would Sludge.
Hey!
Hey, girl. No, so if I don't remember correctly, are you signed to presets now, or is you just custom?
I'm custom right
Okay. Obviously, we know that you're not known for really that much preset racing. You're more known for your custom work. Well, I can't believe I just asked you if you were signed, because you're on my team. No, you're not. Just kidding.
now.
Don't listen. Okay. Anyway, so I mean, what was your game plan through this entire race? Were you trying to go for the win, or were you just content keeping a top three?
Well, like any other drivers, they're out there to compete for that dub. But it's stage one. I kind of base off the whole stage one deal. I know Captain Jack was nobody can touch early with Justin. Just whatever his name is. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I figured at that point I had like a top four, hopefully a top five car with no screw ups, which I had a couple of them during the race. But no, it's just like I said, go for the W, but finish in the top three.
I mean, hey, as simple as that sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's just pretty much what Rockstar said. You just gotta be consistent, take marks, you don't screw up. Somebody else screw up in front of you, so you can pounce on them. But in my case, it didn't happen really. If I put pressure on Cap, he might have screwed up, or even if I was right there with him when he was passing a lap car, that kind of messed him up just a little bit, but not too much, I would have probably jumped on that. But other than that, it was pretty much a good, solid, clean race.
Yeah, I saw you. You were one of the guys that was ready to jump on guys a lot during that race. The moment that stands out to me is when Cap and Just Ken were side by side down the front stretch, and you tried to go for second down turn one there right afterwards.
Yeah, that part of the race, I wasn't really expecting him to lay off, just allow him to go. Because yes, he got the inside, but I wasn't really expecting him to slow down that much. So I hit my breaking point where I brake, and when I saw him braking or slowing down way too early, I cut low, avoided him, but he kind of came mid-low off exit. Helped me, but I hit him, but I allowed him to get his spot back, and he can carry on chasing him down while I'll follow. But yeah, that was a little sketchy right there. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was wondering if you missed a braking point or if you got loose under braking there, because I saw you go for the pass, but then it looked like you had gave it back to him.
Like I said,
that was like a courtesy thing, because it looked like there was like a miscommunication almost, that somebody missed a braking point somewhere.
No, on my screen, he just laid off, allowed the car beside him go. I wasn't expecting it. I thought they were going to race it out, but I just misjudged what's happening. So I cut low. I hit him. I gave him the spot back, and he carried on.
All right. And the last question. Last question.
Talladega.
Yeah, dude.
Excited for Talladega, but I might be that one idiot to fuck up to everybody else. No, Talladega is a tough race. It's going to be a single file, probably a fuel save mode type deal, and then probably go at the last chance, at the last second, to get that position you want, or a big red fest, one or two. So
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that, but it's what it is.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Thank you, Sludge, for your time, and now we will be heading on to the race winner, Cap Jack.
Hello.
Howdy. First, before we get in, you got congratulations on YouTube from Mr. Duncate on the win.
Thank you. Thank you, Dunkate.
And then second, now we can actually start the interview. You seem to be far away the fastest car. You held the lead for a majority of the race, and whenever you would lose the lead, you were able to get it back like moments later. Just a very, very good job from you. Just were you nervous at all throughout that? That's my question.
No, because I knew Ken overdrove everything, so I wouldn't have a problem of like crossing them or getting back to them. Because he would either get loose off the curbs or just flat out hit the wall off exit or whatever, or have to slow way down for missing apex. The main thing was just be consistent. Like at the end, I was just consistent mid 108s. Really not trying to make mistakes, stay within 2-3 tenths of my PB time, and then go from there.
Right, and I mean, as we've already touched on, that's all you have to do. If you have a fast car, just keep it consistent, and you'll be up there. And in your case, you'll have the win. So.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing, just from trying to dodge the lap cars, because there's one lap, I think it was like 41 or whatever, when I was passing the 08 or 07, whatever one it was. And he braked like way earlier than what I was expecting. Apologize for that. And then the very next lap, coming out like pits or whatever, 2 lap cars are spinning and wrecking in front of me. So that made that interesting.
Yeah. Well, first off, we'd actually apologize to you on stream about the early break there. Should probably mention that.
He's fine. It's my job to miss him, not drive through him.
Yeah, and then second, I mean, you're right about the lap cars. They seem to be about at every inconvenient spot there for you at the end. Just like. Even I was surprised by some of them, like the moment you mentioned between the 2 lap cars, like wrecking there at the end. It's just like, oh hey, we got 2 lap cars spinning around here. Whoa, what's happened here?
I'm just glad they didn't bounce off the wall and come down, and they stayed up there. Otherwise, I would have had nowhere to go.
Right. I mean, you managed the situation well, and at the end of the day, you got the win. So congratulations.
Thank
you. How do you feel about Talladega next week?
I'm fine with it as long as people don't just sit there and try and go under the yellow and try to hit you up. Just because you can squeeze your nose in there doesn't mean you can get your full car above the yellow line.
I'm sure that is something that will be repeated by the veteran drivers down here throughout the week. being patient and smart with your moves with Talladega, because when you do that, it can be a very good race, in my opinion.
Yeah, Talladega's a fun race if you got the right people.
Exactly. So I hope it's a good race for my sake out in the booth next week, and for y'all's sake as well for the racing aspect. Always love a good Talladega race, so it'll be interesting to see about that. But that's next week. As for tonight, we are done and wrapped up here from GC Sports. It's been T-Bird, Justin Shackett, and K2 and Nick Champ in the booth with y'all for this evening. And with that, we will see you later this week, Tuesday and Thursday, the Charlotte 300s for the Cup Series. But for now, this is GC Sports signing off.